When you think of the word pleasure, what kind of reaction do you have? Do you think of an amazing meal that you once had, or the warm sun on your skin, or the scent of a beautiful flower? Or do you feel slightly nervous, like we are dangerously close to something sinful? If you're in that camp, you're not alone. I was thinking about this today, so I went to Google and I tried a few searches. When you search for pleasure, Google assumes you're searching for something, well, sexual. And when you type in sinful or sinfully, do you know what comes up? Recipes, chocolate. Google knows when we're searching for something sinful, we're searching for something that's pleasing to our senses. So if we follow that train of thought, pleasure is bad, sinful. So does that mean avoiding pleasure is good? Maybe you think this lines up with some of the things you've read in Scripture. We want to deny the flesh, so if we go through life without experiencing pleasure, that's good, right? I mean, we've learned since childhood what going after pleasure can do to us. And the pleasure Pinocchio was going after on Pleasure Island was pretty much ice cream, cigarettes, and breaking stuff. So we can get into some real trouble once we start getting into the sexual realm, right? So for the most part, we don't talk about it. We say it's taboo, off limits. We feel more comfortable leaving it blank, like my background today. So here we are in our pure, plain Jane setting, and we come to Song of Songs. If you haven't read this book for a while, it is a book full of sensual images. It's a love song filled with metaphor, a man and woman longing for each other, describing their desire. And it's all done in a lush setting, a garden, fountains, fruit. It's enough to make those bits of Puritan heritage down inside of me squirm. But it's here in the Bible, a song a song declaring the goodness of this kind of sensuality, the sacredness of this sort of human love, this consummation of human love. How are we supposed to read this? What are we supposed to get from it? Some scholars point to the love between the man and the woman in the Song of Songs and say that this is supposed to make us think of the love of Jesus Christ and the church. And that's fantastic. God's love for us is amazing, and we should desire a closer relationship with God more than anything. But I think the song can also show us something about ourselves. Pleasure isn't sinful. Desire isn't evil. God created us as flesh and blood creatures, and created a world out of matter, out of stuff like us. A world full of good and pleasing things that God declares good. We are placed here to be in relationship with God, yes, but also to experience the good gifts of God's creation. So while we do have Pinocchio on one end of the spectrum as a warning for us, I think there's another extreme we can fall into as the church.
Scrooge liked the cold. He was hard and sharp as a flint, secret and self-contained, as solitary as an oyster.
There goes Mr. Heartless, there goes Mr. Cruel.
Some of us have become so set on denying ourselves pleasure that we need the same kind of wake-up call that Scrooge had. Now, Scrooge had money, yes, but he denied himself. He denied himself heat, he denied himself good food, and he certainly didn't share. He missed the joy of the good things all around him. And we learn that this lack of joy, of thankfulness, this lack of pleasure in life had led to a coldness and cruelty that was close to costing him his soul. And so he is introduced to another way of seeing the world.
Come in and know me better, man. Did I already say that?
Look at the contrast. Piles of fruit, lush fabrics, pleasure, and it doesn't even feel sinful. So we learn from the ghost of Christmas Present.
It's in the singing of a street corner choir. It's going home and getting warm by the fire. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas.
So maybe you're thinking, yeah, this kind of pleasure, this kind of celebration is okay at Christmas time, but the rest of the year we need to back things off, tighten our belts, and settle things down. What do you say to that, Ghost of Christmas Present?
And it is the season of the Spirit. The message, if we hear it, is make it last all year.
Make it last all year. We were created to enjoy God, to enjoy the good gifts of creation, the beauty of the sunrise, the flavor of delicious food, the pleasure of love and desire between one human being and another. So yes, Pinocchio, there is danger in pursuing pleasure for its own sake. But God has given us many good gifts to enjoy. Don't miss them. Enjoy them. Share them with the ones you love. And today, as you read the Song of Songs, thank God for the wonderful gifts of this beautiful creation. And may God bless you with joy and thankfulness, grace and peace.